You know that feeling, right? You spend absolutely hours perfecting a piece of content, you finally hit publish, and then you find yourself completely trapped in what creators dreadfully call 200-view jail. It's incredibly frustrating. But what if I told you the algorithm actually isn't out to get you? Well, let's dive into this. In today's explainer, we're going to completely demystify the whole social media black box. Using some hard data and direct insights straight from the CEO of Instagram, we're going to lay out the ultimate cheat code for understanding exactly how these platforms work. And I guarantee, once you grasp this, you're never going to look at uploading content the same way again.
So here's our quick roadmap for the explainer today. We'll start with the ultimate matchmaker, head inside the black box, and then cover nailing your fit score, the metrics that matter, the 4 horsemen, and finally, generating extreme engagement.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the ultimate matchmaker, the platform's true motive.
Think about this for a second. What actually happens the exact millisecond you hit post? Most of us just kind of assume our upload gets blasted out into the digital ether, and we're just crossing our fingers hoping anyone finds it. But the reality? A highly calculated, deeply mechanical process begins the instant your content leaves your device.
To really understand that process, you have to understand the platform's one and only real goal: keeping people on the app for as long as possible. Why? So they can show them more ads. So the absolute most crucial thing to remember here is that the algorithm is just a giant matchmaker. It's not your enemy. It's literally just trying to pair its users with content they actually want to see. If you want to hijack the algorithm to get more views, you just have to help it make better matches with your content. It really is that simple.
Let's move right into Section 2, inside the black box, the journey of a video.
Okay, so the very first thing the platform does, before showing your upload to a single human being, is it builds what's called a digital fingerprint. This is this crazy multimodal analysis. The algorithm actually uses computer vision to watch your visuals. It uses audio fingerprinting to listen to your transcript, and it scrapes all of your metadata, your captions, hashtags, locations, the whole shebang. It then combines all this data in real time to figure out exactly what your content is about.
Which brings us to the 3 critical steps of the journey. Step 1 is topic mapping, where the system puts together all that multimodal data to really contextually understand your post. Step 2 is fit score prediction. Basically, based on the topic, the algorithm makes a highly educated guess about exactly which type of user profile is going to like this content. And then finally, Step 3, the initial sample test. The algorithm takes that fit score and pushes your upload out to a small, carefully selected trial group just to see if its prediction was right.
Now that initial sample group, it's roughly 200 people. And here is the absolute kicker. Most of these 200 people are complete strangers, not your followers. The algorithm knows your followers are completely biased to like you, right? So it tests your content on strangers to see if it has true viral appeal. This right here is the life or death moment for every single thing you post. If these 200 strangers like it, you get pushed to 2,000 and then 20,000. But if the data comes back weak, the algorithm just stops pushing it immediately to protect the user experience. And that right there is exactly why you get stuck in 200-view jail.
So, moving to Section 3, nailing your fit score. Let's talk about hijacking the matchmaker.
Let's look at the absolute biggest mistake creators make versus the ultimate cheat code. On the left side, we have the classic spray and pray approach. You post about tech today, health tomorrow, and maybe politics the next day. The algorithm tries to build a fit score for your next post by blending the audiences of your last 3. And the result? You end up with a totally confused algorithm that tests your content on the wrong 200 strangers, which brings back terrible data, causing a massive flop. On the right side, though, we have a confident algorithm. By sticking to a super narrow topic for a very specific viewer, you actually train the machine. You teach it exactly who your perfect 200 strangers are. This whole concept is called audience matching, and it is the highest leverage tactic you can possibly deploy. You simply have to consistently make content about the exact same few topics for the exact same audience avatar over and over again. Doing this builds a rock-solid, incredibly accurate fit score. And honestly, it means sometimes you just have to say no to jumping on some random viral trend if it doesn't serve your core audience. Because honestly, even one single viral hit to the wrong demographic will completely scramble and confuse your algorithm for the next several uploads.
Moving right along to Section 4, the metrics that matter. What does the algorithm actually crave?
Okay, so when the algorithm is judging the success of your little sample test, it is obsessing over 3 main metrics. First up, average watch time. How many seconds did they watch, and what was the completion percentage? This just proves you can retain attention.
Second, engagement rate, which is likes, comments, and shares divided by your views. This proves active interest. But the third metric, oh man, this is the hidden holy grail, watch time session share. Think of it like this. If a user is on the app for a 60-minute session, what percentage of that hour did they spend watching your content specifically? You can't even see this metric on your dashboard, but social platforms use it as the ultimate barometer for how influential your content actually is.
Next up, Section 5, the 4 horsemen, crafting the perfect video.
If you want to absolutely crush those engagement metrics we just talked about, your content needs the DNA of these 4 horsemen. Number 1, it has to be highly relevant to a core pain point your specific audience has. Number 2, the information has got to be non-obvious, like please, no generic fluff they've heard a million times before. Number 3, high absorption. You could have the most brilliant insights in the world, but if it's too complicated, they are going to scroll right past. Keep it incredibly easy to understand. And finally, number 4, and this is perhaps the most important one, a short distance to implement. Give them tactical, quick wins they can go and apply immediately. This exact framework doesn't just appease the algorithm, it's exactly how you turn a casual viewer into a loyal follower and ultimately a buyer.
Finally, let's explore Section 6, generating extreme engagement, the comment hacks. Let's think about the psychology behind why people actually type out a comment. People don't comment when they're indifferent, right? They comment when they violently agree or disagree with you. So to trigger this, you can try these hacks. First, take a hard stance. Pro or con, no middle ground allowed. Next, be contrarian. Just respectfully disagree with the majority opinion. Third, ratchet up the framing to really amplify your most extreme points. Fourth, leverage cult-love brands. Things people already have strong baked-in opinions about, like the whole Apple versus Android debate. And lastly, drive significant emotion. If you can make them feel something intensely, they will feel absolutely compelled to jump into the comments.
I want to pull back for just a second here and summarize everything we've covered with this brilliantly accurate quote from the source material. That is the cake. Everything else is the icing. Focus on the cake. We constantly get so distracted by these superficial settings and little hacks, like what time to post, which hashtags to use, making tiny tweaks to our captions. But the data tells us none of that actually moves the needle. Making great, highly relevant content for a narrow, specific audience group over and over again, that is the cake.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. Really look at your own strategy right now. If your very next piece of content was pushed to a sample test of exactly 200 complete strangers, would it survive the trial, or is your algorithm totally confused? Take what you've learned from this explainer, focus relentlessly on audience matching, build your content with the 4 horsemen, and just watch what happens when you finally start working with the matchmaker instead of against it.